Starting. Hello everybody, welcome to tonight's stream. It's good to be back. Haven't been live now for 2 days, so it feels really odd actually because I fell asleep before the stream, so I'm kind of hazed today. I got Michael Khan in with me in the chat. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing alright, are you?
Good, thanks. So you say PJ is probably sleeping like a pig?
Yeah, sleeping like a pig.
Just want to say hi to everybody in chat. It's good to see you guys. Glad you guys could all make it. Yeah, tonight is gas pressure. So we're just going to be talking. Actually, I'm not really so prepared tonight because the power's been more off than on, so I haven't really had time to prepare anything. But we should be able to at least talk about something. I mean, we know how it goes off when somebody starts talking about gas and gas behavior and everything. I see we've got 6 votes already. We live in a dynamic system, and yes, 100%, and no, 0%. So that's good to see that people understand we do live in a dynamic system. Moxie, good to see you. Insert Coin, hey, thanks for coming. Peaceful Warrior, good to see you, have you, mate. Eduardo, Egress 3, hi, welcome back, 3rd troll account. Candid, thank you for coming. And Candid, not sure about the poll. Don't know what a dynamic system is. Anyone know? It says it all. It just means it's dynamic. It's
what it says is Candid is stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Simon, good to see you. I mean, dynamic just means it's dynamic. It moves around all. Temperature changes, pressure changes, area changes, everything changes. That's dynamic. As simple as that. So I found something interesting. Hey Terry, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. I found something interesting, a video that explains the relationships between the gases. Hey William, glad you could make it, mate.
So, sorry, Flats, our lass and my mum's just decided they're going to start like talking.
It's no stress, Michael. Tomorrow's your birthday, so it's fine. Your mom's just excited. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Oh.
I'm staying in bed. I'm not even going to go out.
I wish I could have birthdays like that, but usually I'm at work when that happens. Hey Mike Dornan, good to see you. The missing research, great to have you, mate. Glad you could make it. Exactly, fluctuating temperatures, pressurized weather systems. It's exactly that. Yeah, guys, tomorrow is Michael Korn's birthday. He's turning 18. I probably didn't hear.
18? Have you checked my ID?
Oh, wow.
I might be underage.
Can it be someone just voted no for dynamic system? So guys, whoever said no in dynamic system, can you please show us where there's no pressure gradients or anything? Or no cycles or weather? It's like, well, okay. No temperature inversions. Anyway, this video is a quick one. It's 3 minutes long. This guy's just explaining the relationships between pressure, volume, and temperature. Because like I was trying to explain to people, it's literally linked. If you're going to change the temperature, pressure and volume is going to change. If you're going to change the volume, temperature and pressure is going to change, and that's how it goes. But it seems the globies really have an issue understanding it. The way he explains it here, I think, is very nice and simple, and anybody can understand it. And you can do it yourself if you want to try and remember the relationships between the three. Well, let's go on.
Hi. What we're going to be doing today is looking at the relationship between pressure, temperature.
Is it loud enough, Michael?
No, it could be doing with being a bit louder.
I think I'm going to try and stick the TV louder. Just for this video. Okay, let's see now.
Now, I've talked about it in class, and we should have a pretty good idea of it. But what I'm going to show you today is just a really quick, sort of simple reminder of how you can remember the relationships between pressure, temperature, and volume without really, struggling too much of it. So, what I first want you to do is get a picture.
I like this SMN. Short episode, everyone. It says SMN gravity. Yeah, somebody's probably gonna spew gravity. Don't worry, man. Oh wow.
Piece of just white loose leaf paper. That's basically all we need. Now, or printer paper. So what you're gonna
Did
do?
you get any louder? Because it's still quiet.
and
It's still
I would
quiet.
like you to
Okay.
Fold it. I'll show you on here. Fold it lengthwise.
Oh
Okay.
I'm sorry to be that man that complains, like, but
no, it makes sense.
if I'm complaining, you can guarantee somebody else is.
Okay. Ooh, it might be very loud now. Ooh.
Okay. Got it like that. Now, on that paper, while it's folded lengthwise,
That's better.
I would like you
That's
to
better.
write down on it in big letters. Pressure. Well, P for pressure.
What does T stand for, guys? Temperature, just to let you know, in case you guys. And then V for volume,
temperature.
obviously.
And V for volume.
Yep.
Now, once you get this done,
Yep.
you should be able to then determine quite easily the relations between pressure, temperature, and volume, whether they're direct or indirect. So, let's take a look at this. Now,
Yeah, it's very simple, guys. So he's taken a piece of paper, he's just folded in half, he's put a P for pressure, T for temperature, V for volume. Obviously, he's a lecturer, so he teaches this. It's actually a very simple demonstration, which I really enjoy because it makes it easier for students to understand, in this case for globetrotters. Because if you understand why they all three are connected, you would understand why we have a dynamic system, why we have such things as pressure gradients. It's not because of gravity, it's simply because of the gas behaviors in its system. It's as simple as that, guys. But unfortunately with globe guys, anti-flat earthers, we have to go out of our way to try and explain it like a child to them.
let's look it on here. So it's backwards on there. So, what you're going to do, you've got this, you've got it folded in half. The fold doesn't really make much of a difference. What I want you to do then is, let's say that we are going to hold volume constant. Actually, no, let's say we're going to hold temperature constant first.
Okay, it's going to hold temperature constant first, guys. What do you think is going to happen if it's just holding temperature constant? So, let's take for instance, he is in the desert. And the temperature is staying constant in a certain given space, you could say. What do you think is going to happen if the temperature is constant and he had to change the volume? What do you think will happen to the pressure? Hey Nathan, good to see you. Glad you could make it, mate. Thank you for coming. Fetish first, good to see you, mate.
So, what I want you to do is put your finger on temperature. Now, let's say we're going to increase the pressure. I want you to watch very carefully what happens to volume on here. So, as pressure increases, where does volume go? It goes down from where it started at. But it went down. Let's do the other thing. Let's say as pressure...
Remember, it's the same as, like I was trying to say, explain with the fish tank before, where let's say you have a whole marbles or even water, and you just let's say you got water in a fish tank, and you throw a brick in. What happens? You raise in the water level. Why? Because it's taking up space in that. So It's increasing the pressure on the system, but it's decreasing the volume in the system. But you kept the temperature constant. That's what's happening. So now, let's say we've kept the temperature constant in that fish tank, and he's taking the brick out now. He's increased the volume, but the pressure has dropped.
It decreases. What happens to volume? Oh, it goes up. Look at that.
Yeah, and this is practically all that really happens on Earth, guys, because you live in a dynamic system. Yeah, guys, you might really want to watch that Nathan Oakley show with Rumble. I'm looking forward to the full show, Nathan. It's actually sad that the people actually defend that.
Can I speak on it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say, Nathan, if you can hear me, you kept your cool with them guys on that show yesterday. Kudos, man. Kudos. Gosh, I was wound up watching it.
I agree, Nathan. You did a great job keeping your cool. Really, really good. But it shows you what all that they have really is to mute. And I think people don't realize. I mean, this is this problem we have with the guys. And they always, oh, you must get up here, go chat. You don't want to come and chat. But it's the same as me with a lot of guys. I say, I'm here. You're invited to come and talk as much as you want. It doesn't help going on neutral platform because we get muted, over talked. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing really as a neutral platform.
What they call a neutral platform isn't actually a neutral platform, is it? Though they just want they want to get you where they can mute you.
I mean, look at when Cats organised that so-called neutral moderator between us.
Yeah.
The whole time he keeps letting Cats talk, muting me, and telling me I must let him finish talking while I'm giving my points. You understand? And then in the after show, he bad talks about me and stuff. So yeah, what's neutral about that? I don't know. But yeah,
I've never watched McToon debating people, and if you're watching chat, isn't chat slagging them off while he's debating them? You know what I mean, how neutral is that?
yeah. McToon doesn't really debate. I'm still waiting for him to show me where he took convergence into account.
He's a degenerate anyway.
Yeah. I still want him to show me where he took convergence into account with perspective. With orthographic. Because the guy's so dumb he doesn't understand orthographic is 2-dimensional. Perspective is 3-dimensional. Simple as that. We're going to go on with the video. We've got to put the TV louder again, guys. Otherwise, you're not going to hear it. Okay, let's go.
So that is what we would call an indirect or inverse relationship. Now, let's take a look at volume being constant. So, notice, if volume's constant and I increase temperature, what happens to pressure? Well, pressure goes up. If I decrease temperature, what happens to temperature?
There we go. So, Earth has a set volume because we're in a closed system, remember? So the volume is set. So temperature rises, it changes the pressure. Yeah. If the temperature drops, the pressure drops.
I think it's on the
Michael.
Oh, sorry. It's my mum who keeps talking to me. I apologise, and I apologise to everybody listening. I'm sorry, I'll go on mute.
No stress, mate.
Oh, we're on mute.
No stress, mate. Anyway, hi, Michael's mom. Good to see you. Glad you can come. Anyway, yeah, so if we look at Earth's system as a whole, it's a set volume because obviously it's a closed dynamical system. So people keep asking, but why is it then when we rise in altitude, like go over into Mount Everest and stuff, the air is so thin, there's so little air, and it's so cold? This is the reason. The pressure drops, so the temperature drops. If the temperature rises, the pressure rises. Now, obviously, when they cut to where they, like the thermosphere and everything, there's already little gas there. So if it's going to increase in temperature, that little gas that's there at the moment is going to move faster, and that's going to give a bit of pressure increase. But there's only limited to what it can, because if you've only got so much moles in a certain area, it can only work in that certain. You can't expect, let's take for instance a Smartie box, and you got 5 Smarties in that box. You cannot expect that Smartie box with 5 Smarties to fill that box up the same as when you got that same Smartie box with 100 Smarties in, for instance. It's as simple as that. It's got nothing to do with gravity, guys. It's simply got to do with these 3 variables in constant relationship in the dynamic system which we live. And that's why we have pressure gradients. Because when you change it, it changes the densities, it changes their behaviors to each other. And that's why we have pressure gradients.
Or pressure. It goes down. So, this right here between pressure and temperature is what we call a direct relationship. Whatever happens to one happens to the other. Finally, as you can maybe guess, if we hold pressure constant and look at the relationship between temperature and volume, well, as volume goes up, temperature goes up. As volume goes down, temperature goes down. So that is, again, another direct relationship.
And that's as simple as that. Sorry guys, just putting my TV softer again. Okay. Any questions? Michael, do you have anything to add? I think he's still on mute.
Yeah, exactly. I was on mute. Sorry, my bad. No, I ain't got out to add this. End of the day, guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, it's quite straightforward. That's why I loved how he was explaining it, because this is how we've been trying to explain it to the Globers for how long. And I think that's a most simple way we can really explain it.
You can't dumb it down. Like, we're dealing with people who are dishonest. It doesn't matter how many times it's explained, how easy it's explained, how qualified the person is who is explaining it. They deny it because they're triggered that they don't live on a ball.
Exactly.
I don't know how else to put it. Like, the people we deal with aren't dishonest, aren't honest people.
Pampalas, good to see you. Thank you for coming. George Bandwell, we only get Smarties in YouTube here. Okay, if that is a rebuttal, then.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. Hey,
What
not
does that
one.
even mean?
Good to see
I've
you.
been coming here for about a year and I'm not Smarties.
You've only had Astros.
And I like the chocolate.
Yeah. We've only had Astros. Yeah, maybe they're just jealous that they can't get such simple concepts in their head. I don't know. But I mean, I would feel embarrassed if I had to believe in a globe after all these arguments. I mean, I literally had a scientist out today telling me, let me try and find it. I gotta get that.
But it's like once you've been in this flat Earth, globe Earth arena for any amount of time, if you're not questioning globe Earth by then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, definitely. I just have to find this comment. It was, he literally threw his own gravity away. And he still defended it afterwards and says he didn't. There we go. I said, are you denying we live in 3... Okay, it's before this. Oh, there we go. No, it is this one. There. Are you denying we live in 3 dimensions? Dimensional is a mathematical notion. Is maths reality now? We can only describe as 3-dimensional objects, but technically we're not ones, because we aren't abstracts, and 3-dimensional objects are abstract geometrical objects. So I said, great, and your gravity is only mathematical. Great way to concede that it's not reality. Then he goes, it's a model of reality and not reality, yes. I don't think I've ever said otherwise. Still, the most accurate model of its particular aspect of reality in existence by far. So he doesn't get that. He just debunked himself when he said dimensions is only a mathematical notion, because gravity only exists in fourth dimension. We are three-dimensional beings, and because they only believe that their gravity comes from fourth dimension, maths is not reality. He just conceded that their gravity is only a math fantasy concept. Yeah.
The people that go on your server, I'm not bothered about talking to.
Yeah.
They're just,
Yeah, most of them are just trolls, and most of them probably have the same sock accounts with different.
you start arguing with one person, and then by the time you've done, you're arguing like 6 people at once. You know.
No, but the thing is, I've realized that these guys, I don't know. That's why I want to. Guys, I'm going to make a new shirt that says CIA, clinically insane anti-flat earthers, because literally, I get trolls coming in and commenting, and it's 6 different kind of accounts, and they're all having the same arguments together. You know that's one person.
Gosh.
It's impossible that those 6 people all of a sudden just go, and then they go to another thread, and that person that had the same argument all of a sudden as that person, it doesn't work well.
You see, in the triggered sock account creating Globe Fool's mind, right? They're thinking in their head that if more people in your comment section are against you, that proves you wrong. That's what they're thinking in their head. So they make loads of accounts and they comment the same thing and try and make it look like loads of people are in disagreement with you.
Exactly. I just removed I just removed the troll accounts.
It doesn't matter how many people in your comments disagreeing with you, don't mean that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they're failing.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the mentality of a global believer. They think that they're smarter than everybody else, when actually they're probably more stupider than everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Like the ape, it's not trolling, it's pointing out your errors. Pointing out what errors?
Trolling.
It's called trolling. You're coming to harass a person on their channel with multiple accounts. That's called trolling. Simple as that. But like I said, all these guys, I mean, even Frups today, he literally, you know the essays Frups always puts on that Frups troll account or whatever, always puts essays on for me to read, and I say, I'm so tired of reading. If you want to defend your nonsense, come on my show, come and talk. No, excuse after excuse. He's asked me to come and debate over a year ago. I said, I'm here, come and talk to me. Simple yes or no. Carries on making excuses, saying, I don't want to talk to him, la 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 la. You know, all that nonsense. At the end of the day, I just blocked him today. I just said cheers. Because it doesn't help conversing with these people. They're always just keyboard warriors. They can chat as much as they want. Big and brave in the chat. No, you don't understand. When you ask them, okay, what don't I understand? Then they just don't. I'll try to tell you. And when they say, okay, then come and talk about it, then they run away. So, unfortunately, trolls run on YouTube rampantly. I mean, I see it on normal channels as well. There's just trolls everywhere. I mean,
the guy sat in chat called I've booted him. But
yeah.
Puffer is a sock account.
Yeah, he's probably
he's the person I'm talking about who comes in on the different accounts talking crap.
But he's probably just going to create another.
Person.
He's just going to create another troll account to come again. Watch.
Don't let him. I can ban him quicker than they can create them.
I mean, I watched a
He sounds like a little child. Push off. Yeah, a real little child.
Exactly. But I mean, I was watching a channel. He's got like 4 million subscribers or something, and he created a one video. He actually built himself an X-ray machine, and you must see the troll accounts in there. And it's a normal guy. I mean, awesome channel, everything. And you must. That's what I said. It doesn't matter what channel it is. You always get trolls. For some odd reason, you just get trolls everywhere. So it tells me there's a lot of butthurt people around the world that just live in people's basements that don't have better things to do in their life, I guess. Or they get paid to troll.
There ain't loads of trolls. I don't believe that there's loads of trolls. I think there's just a handful of triggered people who make loads of accounts to make it look like
Well,
there's loads of
I'm still
people
a
again.
I'm still a believer that a lot of the trolls are just AI bots because they
I
repeat
don't-
themselves.
There might well be, but you can imagine that if imagine Sean Hawkins makes a comment, right, and then he's got loads of stock accounts, and he just copies and pastes that same comment. Does that make him a bot?
No, but I'm saying you probably do get AI bots, although they created just to go and troll. Hey, Mr. Mojo, good to see you. Space and good to see you. Thank you for coming. A new channel again. Jolly Man, good to see you, mate. Pimpalab. Okay, I pop in and out if your lives. What if your lives flats just cause in what? I pop in and out if your lives. I think it means live. Just cause in fascinated by the psychological reasons behind your beliefs. Also feel it a bit sorry for you guys, to be honest. Is that so? Pampalas, you do know the belief is the globe model. You guys don't have any evidence for it at all, but yeah. Roberta Stevenson, another troll. The trolls are able to think, don't need a script.
Can I just comment on Pampalat? The only reason he's commenting here is because Flat Eyes unbanned you, because I ban you every time I see you because you're a well-known sock.
He just creates another account, that's all.
Only reason you're here commenting is because Flat Eyes unbanned you. So you should have a bit of respect for Flat Eyes. I'm the one who bans people. I'll take it. I'm not bothered. No, but they'll blame you, Flat Eyes. I ban them. I don't.
I
You
ban.
want me to be a moderator.
I
You want
ban
me
quite
to
a
be a
lot.
moderator, right? Sock account trolls just cause loads of aggro in chat. So if I'm a moderator, I don't tolerate socks. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
And then Flat Eye unbans them.
Not all the time. The guy, he was banned for a long time. A lot of the time I like unbanning like things like accounts like that just to see if they're gonna still use their sock accounts. And you'll see if I'm gonna ban him again, he's gonna use his sock account again. Okay, but we're off topic a lot. But we're totally off topic. We're on gas pressure, guys. What is gas behavior? Let's look at this video. This guy really has some nice demonstrations. He actually does it for kids. So it's perfect for the Globers. Hey Quinlan, good to see you. Glad you could make it. What is air pressure? Balloons. So Cats, remember? Cats also talked about air pressure in a balloon. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jared. Welcome to Fun Science Demos. In another video, we showed you that air takes up space and it has weight. And scientists call the weight of air pressure.
Oh, that's interesting. So science calls the weight of air pressure. So not gravity, guys. Because they keep telling me air has weight, so therefore it is gravity. Nope. It's called pressure. Why? Because pressure pushes on all the walls of the container. When something presses on you, it's the force exerted on a surface wall. Hey Gematria, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Daryl Kimmel, what happens when it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside and 68 degrees Fahrenheit inside, and you open an outside door? Does air whoosh from outside in to equalize, or are they the same pressures regardless of temperature? Remember the volume that you're in the system, the area, the volume. So they're not really going to change much, Daryl. It's like very minute. Maybe you should go back and draw that PTV and press on the volume and see what happens when you change it. It changes, but very minutely. Not that much because you have no huge volume. Ryan, weight is mass under gravity. Ryan, have you ever been able to weigh anything because of gravity? No, because gravity is not a force. You can't have gravity to do anything if it's not a force. You require a force to have acceleration. On your heliocentric model, it's Earth accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters per second squared. Not the object falling down being pulled to the Earth. It's not. It's simply the Earth is pushing upwards. So we standing on Earth on your globe model is being pushed up at 9.8 meters per second squared, not objects falling down. So when an object falls down, it's not falling down, it's staying still, static. We are moving up towards it. So there's no force pulling it to the ground. Get it? According to your globe religion. And that also takes place in the fourth dimension, which we are three-dimensional beings, so which is impossible. Turd Ferguson, thank you for coming. Kenny Eaton, good to see you, mate. Glad you could make it. Yeah. One thing also I find very interesting when they say, are you guys claiming air has no weight? No one's ever claimed air doesn't have weight. Everything that has substance obviously has weight because it's dense. Density. Now, I want to know how anybody has weighed a gas. Nobody can weigh a gas. They can only calculate its weight. And by the way, you require containment to do that.
Now, air is pushing down on us all the time. We can't feel it because we're used to it. We can't see it because it's air. But that air, the pressure of that air can do some pretty powerful things. And we want to show you a demonstration that plays with the pressure of air.
So it's air, guys. Gas. Not atmosphere. Because that's one thing we usually get strawmanned with. Oh, you don't understand the difference between atmosphere is not gas. Atmosphere is gas. What do you think the atmosphere is comprised of? It's comprised of gas. It's a conglomerate of gases. You know, Dalton's law. Daryl Kimmel. The 4 gas laws variables: volume, temperature, pressure, and amount. All gases must be enclosed in a container that there are openings, can be sealed with no leaks. Great, Daryl. So you understand you require containment to have pressure. Because if you didn't have it, it would what? Fill the available volume. It would go into the surrounding system. Glad you understand that, Daryl. So you're kind of conceding then that we live in a closed dynamical system. Ryan, yes, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Proves the Earth isn't moving up at 9.8 meters per second. Great, you understand that. So, Ryan, are you claiming that gravity is a force now? Michael Kahn, does it what? Equal reaction in the north, moving down in 9. One thing I don't get, Glovies, and I don't know if it's just me being stupid or flat earth or not. If I have a ball and it's said to be going up in all directions at this 9.8 meters per second, why is it not stretching out? Because that's the rhetoric. It's going up at every single direction away from the center. So that means it's spreading out. Oh wait, because they explained it in 4th dimension. So it goes against 3-dimensional reality. Hi Charlie Gold, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Daryl Kimmel, you can weigh gas by weighing an open vacuum chamber, even evacuating and watching it again. So a chamber again, a container, and calculating it. Daryl, not measuring it. Exactly validating my point. Thank you very much. Hey Mr. Obvious, glad to see you. Glad you could make it. Oh, you were cut off from the internet for 2 days. Sorry to hear that. Well, I haven't streamed in 2 days because our power's been really bad in South Africa lately. Been more often. Yes, mister.
I'm just going to nick it, Tyler. I'll be 5 minutes.
Okay, great.
I do.
Shot. Make sure the toilet doesn't come up to you. It's
Yeah,
good.
is bug seat accelerating towards my ass or is my ass accelerating to bug seat?
Oh yeah. Okay, guys, let's carry on with the video a bit.
Now, in another video, we showed you the egg in the bottle demonstration. We lowered the pressure inside the bottle, and that made the pressure outside strong enough to push the egg into the bottle.
That alone, guys, disproves your globe. Hey Jimbo, good to see you. Matthew Eastman, glad to make it. Jonah Edwards, thank you, thank you. Gravity is imagined, Jimbo. Imagined for sure. The reason I'm saying this disproves the globe argument is because you guys say it's open. Now, Earth is supposed to have a higher pressure than the vacuum. Okay? Now, we do have pressure gradients, but that's because we're in a closed dynamical system. So, this egg experiences a higher force pushing it through. Just like the gas on Earth, if the system had to get opened, the gas would force itself into space, as you would say. And that's why space cannot exist. It defies and goes against the second law of thermodynamics.
Well, what happens if you don't have the perfect size bottle? What happens if you have a smaller size bottle and there's no way the egg will fit in? Well, we have the answer for that today. Now, to play with the power of air pressure, you're going to need some things. You're going to need a glass bottle. You're going to need some matches, some paper, a straw, and a balloon.
Whoa. Paper chromatography of isomers proves no gravity. I wish I knew what they were talking about, Jumbo. I'll have to actually look into that. Really? 9.8 meters per second, exactly. Only applies to a vacuum. They don't understand that, Jolly man. They don't get that you have to remove the medium that it's in to have that constant, you could say. And by removing the medium, you literally just showing its relative density disequilibrium because you've removed the medium. You know, the actual thing that is supposed to support the object, which gives it friction. Simple as that, guys. A container, exactly.
With water. I like to keep that balloon in a cup of water to make sure the water helps the balloon make a nice tight seal on the bottle. So how do we start? So let's start by taking a look at the air pressure. When I put my water balloon on top of the bottle, the air pressure inside the bottle is the same as the air pressure.
Turd Ferguson, RDD contradicts the second law of thermodynamics. Is that so? Would you please be so kind as to tell us how it does that? Because this is the first, I've heard this a lot of times, you Globers say that. So please tell us how it contradicts the second law of thermodynamics. No electricity added to electrode, exactly. Dustin Bones, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Let's carry on.
All around the balloon. And you'll notice if I try and push the balloon in, it's not.
Faciality, hey Matt, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your $2 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. You are awesome. Outer space equals Hollywood VFX. Real simple. And it's as simple as that, exactly. I was thinking we can still maybe do some more spacesuit stuff. Again, Michael also said before the show, we really enjoy the space is fake stuff. So, and it's got to do with gas pressure and gas behavior. So why not? Thank you again for the super chat, Faciality. Really, really appreciate it. Pentacler, thank you for coming. Why isn't the 14.7 psi down here rushing up to full measurable vacuum pressure above? It's the same system, Pentacler. Same system. Take a fish tank, for instance. Fill it with marbles and put a brick in there. You're going to push those marbles aside. Why? At the bottom, it's more compact, so more pressure. Higher up, there's less stuff because you got less to hit. You got a wider open area. So what happens when volume increases? Pressure decreases. Temperature decreases. Go back to the beginning of the stream and you'll see what we mean. It's as simple as that.
Going in, because that air is taking up space and the pressure's keeping me from pushing the balloon in the bottle.
Pressure's keeping him from pushing the balloon in the bottle. Huh. Weird how gravity's not doing anything. So we can have gas pressure next to vacuum pressure. No one said that, Pentacler. Way to go and misrepresent again.
What are you even doing here, Pentalica? I thought I'd booked you like that.
This is a new account. Yeah.
See you later.
But you understand what I'm saying? Kenny Eaton, thank you very much for your $1 super chat, and it says nothing. Thank you very much for your super chat. Appreciate it. I really appreciate the support, mate. Yeah, Kenny's actually a very nice Glover, to be honest. He's new to the flat earth stuff, so maybe he'll get around. Let's carry on.
So how do we get this balloon into the bottle? Well, we have to lower the pressure inside the bottle so that the pressure outside can push it in. How do we lower the pressure? We're going to use science. First thing we need is safety.
Wow.
A big part of science is safety.
It's good to see you, Face Reality. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. Simon, is there any scientific evidence gas is affected by pseudo forces? Actually, no. Physics 101 is gas is not affected by the direction of gas or flow is not affected by by gravity, even if it was a force, by the way. No stress, Kenny. It's good to have you over here, mate. If you have anything to say, you got a super chat that you said, so feel free to say what you want.
I ain't got problem with ballers. It's trolls.
Exactly.
Who get defeated and then come back as another sock.
Exactly.
Same argument. It's like you've been defeated, you're defeated. Don't matter how many socks you come back with. You're just a time waster.
Yep. That's why I said they literally just create accounts to come and harass. That's a troll.
Yeah, well, I'm all over them. Don't you worry.
Shot. Thanks, man.
So what we're going to do is light a piece of paper on fire and drop that paper into the bottle. Two things are happening. As that paper burns, it heats the air, and the air leaves the bottle. You'll actually see the balloon bounce as the air is rushing past the balloon.
So, what happens on your globe where you, let's say, at the stratosphere and the mesosphere and stuff, when it starts heating up? I mean, even Mr. Sensible got shown temperature increase when he got to a certain altitude. What will happen in your open system? Oh wait, the air would leave the system. It would bounce around faster. So the air that's already there would just move away and evacuate into space. Do we see this happening? No, because the pressure stays the same there. Wonder why? Oh, because it's a closed dynamic system. Hey YouTube, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
The second thing is that fire is using oxygen in the air in the bottle to burn. That paper burning up the oxygen also lowers the pressure inside the bottle as well. So now we're going to zoom in and see this demonstration in action. So I'm going to start by taking a piece of paper and folding it back.
Hey Zedrip Effect, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's good to see you, mate. Jollyman, weights of gases are measured when in compressed liquid form. What? Weights of gases are measured when in compressed liquid form. But then it's no longer a gas because it's gone through a phase change.
And fourth, take my time, make sure it's nice and neat. Why I fold the paper so that it can fit inside the bottle. Now, scrunch the top. It's gonna work. Next, I need to take my finger and wet it so that I can wet it.
Lubricate it first, guys. It cannot be dry. Anyway, it's amazing how everything that has to do with gas, you have to use a container to demonstrate. Is that not true? I mean, I've not seen any gas demonstrations yet for gas behaviors or anything that you do not require containment. Now, would it be logical to infer that gas pressure does not require containment, even though every demonstration and gas law requires containment?
Well, we have seen a few people try and demonstrate it, like, but all the demonstrators, they fetch gas in a pressurized canister and then try and show it doing something else.
Exactly, but that's my whole point. What's more logical? To make a claim that goes against every demonstration that shows containment, every gas law that requires containment.
Let me word it like this. If you're trying to demonstrate gas pressure without a container and you have to fetch that gas in a pressurized container, then you're not proving no.
Exactly. Alright, says, how does a container contain gas? Bruh. Ryan, what does contain mean? What does container mean? It's like saying, I can hold a cup of water without a cup. Does that cup contain the water? Or does the water just magically appear with no container towards you? Yeah. Dustin Bones, gas has mass. Gravity affects mass.
What's mass?
What's mass? Exactly. But remember, I've played it for you already, guys. I'm going to play it again. I wonder if I hope I haven't deleted it yet. You don't need to see what I'm writing here. Okay, I'm just quickly going to look. I don't know if I've got it here.
So the pressurized atmosphere is kept there by gravity, as I said multiple times. So
hi, I'm Emerald Robinson.
Sorry, I'm going to start it from the beginning. This was a video I did. My mouse is... Okay.
I have to laugh at comments.
So yeah, we get this all the time. Gravity! Gravity's the reason! Oh, gravity! Okay, this is a video I did about a few days ago. If you haven't watched it again, if you haven't watched it yet, sit back and listen.
So the pressurized atmosphere is kept there by gravity, as I said multiple times. So
Hi, I'm Emerald Robinson, and in this What Is video, we're going to investigate the state of matter called a gas. Gas
Is that a
are
real
materials
voice?
that have no
No.
definite volume and no specific shape.
your whole idea of, oh, Mark has no answer. I do have an answer. Atmosphere is kept there by gravity, at gravity, at gravity, at...
Third, gases can flow from one area to another. Although the direction of flow is not directly affected by gravity.
Atmosphere is kept there by gravity, at...
Although the direction of flow is not directly affected by gravity.
Gravity, at gravity, at...
Although the direction of flow is not directly affected by gravity.
So if the Earth had a container, as you claimed, you made a claim there that the Earth has a container over it, what ought to happen, according to the second laws of thermodynamics, is that the air should equalize to become the same pressure, like in an aeroplane or like in any other container.
Molecules in a gas collide with one another and move more quickly or more slowly based on factors like temperature and pressure.
It would not have a pressure gradient going up from high pressure at the bottom to low pressure at the top.
2 times 4 hours, that's about it if you prefer. What we have is a bucket of ice water, okay? So, and that hose is coming out right here, and it runs up to this pressure reading gauge right here, which, as you can see, is right at about 3. And this one is right at about, it's under 2.5. Almost a 2. What I've done is I've taken this heating gun up to 800 degrees, and then we have the bucket of ice water at the bottom, and I'm changing the temperature, hopefully, at both ends.
And this is where you have absolutely proven yourself wrong, because if there was a physical container there, the air would equalize and all become the same pressure, but we know that going up a mountain, the air becomes thinner.
Everybody knows that it's colder up in the mountains than it is down below, and the difference can be quite substantial. Now, to understand why this change in temperature happens, we need to understand a little bit about gases.
In order to study the relationship between pressure and temperature, we will heat up a gas which is enclosed in a tight container. While we are heating the gas in the container using a burner, we can see that with the increase in temperature, the pressure of the gas also increases. And when we cool the enclosed gas, we can observe an obvious decrease in its pressure.
Now, when gases are compressed, they heat up. And when gases expand, they cool down. When the gas is compressed, it's going into high pressure and getting hot. And when it's being expanded, it's going into low pressure and getting cold.
Exactly.
So the gas starts out at a certain temperature, and as it goes up to low pressure, it's being expanded and getting colder.
It becomes less pressurized. People have to take oxygen up Everest.
It's 2 cylinders.
So container,
Regulators,
well done, Reed.
delivery mechanism, and the face mask.
You are absolutely wrong. And you've just shown that by claiming that there is a container around the Earth.
Let's just take a gas.
By the way, guys, Professor Phil Bell says entropy has got nothing to do with gas. I wonder what this professor at MIT would say to him.
And over here is going to be
Because that's what his whole
vacuum.
class is about. Entropy of gas.
Remove the barrier. You know what's going to happen spontaneously, right? The gas is going to fill the available volume once it becomes available, right? You know what's going to happen spontaneously, right? The gas is going to fill the available volume once it becomes available. And we're going to remove the barrier. The gas is going to fill the available volume. Take a gas, and over here is going to be vacuum, and we're going to remove the barrier. You know what's going to happen spontaneously, right? The gas is going to fill the available volume.
Because if that was there, all of the air would equalize. Excuse me, would equalize. Now, this is the same thing you're claiming, where the air should go out to space. It should equalize, yes, but gravity is holding it down.
Although the direction of flow is not directly affected by gravity.
One of these bulbs, some bromine, and in the other, I have a vacuum. And if I open the tap between these two, you will see spontaneously the bromine rush from one to the other. Now that is the simplest change we can have, perhaps, because all that happens is a change in entropy. In this case, the expansion into a vacuum, nothing else is involved. There's no energy change, there's no temperature change, there's no change except entropy.
So that was it, guys. Yeah. I think that made it quite obvious. Gravity does nothing to the direction of gas, guys. Simple as that. ZA, clouds are actually water vapor, is it not? So that actually goes against gravity. Let's let you know. Clouds actually defy gravity because they have weight. And as far as I know, clouds are heavier than gas. So why is the clouds not on the floor? It's as easy as that. Eduardo, are you going to explain the diagram you used in your trailer video? A lot of us didn't understand what it meant. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Okay, let's go look. This is actually on my channel. Video. Gotta find it. Because it was one of my all the videos that I had on. I used it as the trailer. There we go. Butane in an open container. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's see. What he said. You're kidding me, right? The pipe's volume is much, much smaller than the air around its volume. Or you can expect it to have the same pressure or less than the atmo around it in a larger volume. So it was just a question to Daryl because it was in context to what he had. Then he says, because it's an open to the atmosphere, the pressure differential within the pipe is purely from the mass and weight and gravity of the gases inside, compared to the external atmospheric pressure. If you take an open 2-liter drink bottle, does the volume change between the top up and top down? No, the volume was too small. So this was just me showing him that it's an open container of butane, not because of gravity, but because of density. The denser the substance, the longer it takes to diffuse into the surrounding system. Very simple stuff. I think I might have to download it just for the fun of it, okay? Sorry guys. Download. I should call this the downloading channel, because every time we want to look at a video...
What do you use to download Fatzai?
A whole bunch of different online things. I'm using Safe Font today. There we go. Butane in open container. There we go. Okay. Woo. Rocking music, man. Okay. Boom. So yeah, I'm just showing it. Showing the container, the pipe, you see? Note that a pipe is a container, guys. Open system. The surrounding system where the pipe is in. Note that this surrounding system would be known as Earth. You know, where we have the pressure gradients, where you guys believe is open. So that means there has to be another system surrounding it, like the vacuums of space.
I always sit like that when I'm on this bed.
I can imagine how you're sitting.
Sorry. My mum's trying to lean further forward than me to see the laptop. Sorry, my bad, I keep forgetting I'm not muted.
No stress. So the surrounding system has 14.7 psi. So in other words, we're at sea level and they're holding a open pipe with butane in it. It's got a higher reading than inside the pipe. Why? Pressure and volume are inversely proportional. Remember what we said, guys. If you changing the volume, then you're going to change the pressure. Obviously it's very slightly, because I mean it's still in the same system, it's open. If it was a closed system, then obviously it would be different, but it's open, so it's just dispersing into the system differently. Relationships, guys, relationships. Hey TB, good to see you. Thank you for coming, mate. Yeah, I want to know, TB, how do they have a fourth dimensional mathematical construct that's not reality doing anything to reality in a three-dimensional world? Because we are three-dimensional beings, and their gravity is based in the fourth dimensional mathematical construct that does not exist. And how do you even observe it? You cannot. So this means that the volume increases. Get it? The pressure decreases, volume decreases, then the pressure increases. It's just saying that it's going to disperse into the surrounding system because it's open. The pressure changes. That's all it was about, guys. Clouds are clearly affected by current at different levels. I wonder if Earth's rotation causes air currents. Try using the drill to mix paint color. Nope, definitely not. ZA. Wind is caused by
What does that even mean?
He's trying to give a false equivalence of liquid paint to what we were saying with air. He's trying to give a false equivalence to that.
But in his model, don't air go in lockstep with earth anyway?
Welcome to fun.
Yeah, it does actually.
As he's debunked his own claim.
But not just that. I mean, if you're going to take air moves simply by heating it up and lowering. This is how the currents work. Oh, do I really have to download another video I did? Okay.
Sun and moon regulate temperature on Earth. You can deny it or agree with it. I don't really care.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look. There's another video I did as well explaining this as well. Oh. See,
hey guys, by the way,
hey!
yes, I was asleep.
So you were asleep like a pig.
What, like a pig?
Like a pig, exactly like a pig, yeah. I've seen that.
Like that big fat sour head there.
Yeah, definitely. I had some pizza from Domino's and there was ham on it actually, so yeah, I was asleep like a pig.
But it's good to see you, PJ.
Yeah, how you doing? You good?
Good. I'm glad you could make it, mate.
Sorry it's a bit late. I'm an hour and a bit late, I think.
No stress.
We're all good though, yeah? Cool.
Butane.
I haven't missed much. Have I missed much?
Yes, Eduardo, butane has higher. Sorry guys, I just want to answer quickly. Eduardo, yes, butane has a higher density, so higher pressure. Remember, that butane is closed in a smaller volume space, and it's denser, so it's going to have a higher pressure than the outside. But it still disperses into the available system. Hey, Was, good to see you. Glad you could make it. What? Thank you, Ken, for coming, mate. Yeah, I'm just looking for another video where I show how temperature causes wind. Not Earth rotation, guys. It's simply just pressure and temperature. I think it was after this tides, how tides work. Oh man, I can't remember which video I did on. I'll have to find it.
That video where you were showing tides in
No, that was the thermal alien currents, but I remember I showed it was the same guy. This guy, he took a ice box, and he took a pipe with a smoke machine, and then he took the other side and he heated up the one side of the air, and it circulated. So as it was heating up, it was going this way and going back to the icebox and recycling and pushing through the pipe. And he used a bit of smoke machine to show it pushing through, and that's how wind is created. It's simply caused by the temperature inversions. It's not got to do with the rotation of Earth. The rotation of Earth is just a religious belief.
That's it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, actually causing winds. Wow.
I think I remember which one it was. Which video? I think it was the hurricane video.
If everything moves in lockstep, how the hell does it cause winds? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was this video. No, you can't ignore this. Okay. Thank you.
If they're moving in lockstep, then all trees and plants and everything will all be facing the same way.
Exactly right.
Dr. La, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, practically that's what a lot of people do. Okay, let's see. Is it downloading?
What's that?
My hurricane video. I want to show that why the wind. Because they still believe it's rotation of Earth that gives the wind. No, it's simply gas behavior. We live in a dynamic system. Very simple stuff. So I'll get back to this video again.
Just like how you get currents in still lakes and stuff like that. Because of temperature, sun shining on it.
Exactly. Okay, you guys ready for the video?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do this. In case somebody hasn't watched this, let's go.
Hurricanes, a magnificent and devastating
Hi Owen,
storm.
good to see you.
Destruction everywhere in its path. What is this hurricane? How is it formed? Where does it come from? So won't you sit with me as we go into how hurricanes are formed.
I'm meteorologist Dave Osterberg, and now that we're into August and we're getting into the meat of the hurricane season, you can really expand the potential tropical cyclone genesis, meaning where do these storms form? When you get those waves rolling off the coast of Africa, and some of those do, of course, develop. There's this one disturbance that rolled off the coast of Africa, and this one has the potential to develop. Potentially a tropical depression or a tropical storm. If it becomes a storm, it's given the name Danielle, moving west-northwest at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. It is disorganized, but trying to show some spin. This is what happens when these waves roll off the coast of Africa.
How do hurricanes form? This is taken from the National Ocean Service. Warm ocean waters and thunderstorms fuel power-hungry hurricanes. Hurricanes form over the ocean after beginning as a tropical wave, a low-pressure area that moves through the moisture-rich tropics, possibly enhancing showers and thunderstorm activity. What are the recipes for a hurricane? Well, whipping up a hurricane calls for a number of ingredients readily available in a tropic area. A pre-existing weather disturbance, a hurricane often starts out as a tropical wave. Warm water at least 26.5 degrees Celsius over a depth of...
Moomin Rider, good to see you. So it rolled off the coast of Africa. So hurricane started when someone farted. It's actually very simple. Think about it.
Yeah.
Africa is very hot. I mean, I know I'm in the bush. It's damn hot most of the year. Okay? And what happens when something's hot? The air moves around quicker. And everything is moving through the topography, and it's moving and it's going over the coast. Now it's hot and everything's pushing out to the coast, and now when it's going there, it's cooling, and then it's getting the hotter waters as well that's pushing it up, and that's why it's getting that thunderstorm. It's not because the earth is moving, it's because it's gas behavior pushing the air sideways in over the seas. Hey, Better Than Gold, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Africa is very hot.
50 meters powers the storm. Thunderstorm activity. Thunderstorms turn ocean heat into hurricane fuel. Low wind shear. A large difference in wind speed and direction around or near the storm can weaken it. Mix it all together and you've got a hurricane. Maybe even when all these factors come together, a hurricane doesn't always develop. Hurricanes are powerhouse weather events that suck heat from the tropical waters to fuel their fury. These violent storms over the ocean often begin as a tropical wave, a low-pressure area that moves through the moisture-rich tropics, possibly enhancing a shower and thunderstorm activity. As this weather system moves westward across the tropics, warm ocean air rises into the storm, forming an area of low pressure underneath. I want you to imagine as you're seeing this air current moving from the tropics. The air is moving across from the land all the way to the sea. And because it's cooled down now, the warm water is causing the heat to rise. As it's rising, it is causing a vortex, and thus it is giving it a spin, because it is trying to fill that available space, which has been created by the low pressure.
Science, we've discovered that things heat up at different rates. What does that mean? And as the land heats up, it heats up the air above it. And through science, we've discovered that when air heats up, it spreads out, it expands, and it becomes lighter. And because it becomes lighter, it rises. All this air that's being heated up and rising Now, take a look over here. The water's cold. Through science, we've discovered that when air gets colder, it gets denser, it gets heavier, it compresses, and that means it sinks. So I have sinking cold air over here, I have rising warm air over here, and as that warm air rises, this sinking cold air sweeps in and takes the spot of the rising warm air. I'm gonna put it here, and you should be able to see, yeah, I actually have a small current of wind moving through my tube. You can see the smoke. Just follow the wind current.
Yes, that's it.
Did you guys get that?
Yeah, you actually sound like a South African David Attenborough doing that. It sounded good. It sounded a little bit like David Attenborough's nature programs.
So yeah, that's about it, guys. It's simple. It's just the heat and the cold, and that's what gives the movement. It's not Earth's turn, guys. It's simply the directional flow because of gas behavior. Just gotta get that video up again that we were trying to. I think it's like. If it's going to actually do it, let's try it again. And it doesn't want to open. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get that video to open, but now it's freezing up on me. I think I'm gonna have to save up for more RAM. Yeah, more RAM and a bigger hard drive. But I really do appreciate you guys' support for this computer. It's the best I could got with the money that I got, so I really appreciate it. Really, really helps. Okay.
Hi, our match.
Okay. Now where were we? Oh yeah. So guys, he's going to take a container. No, he wet he wet the edges there, he lubricated the edge. Because nobody likes dry. And then he puts paper, he's going to burn it and he's going to drop it inside. Now that's going to create a low pressure environment inside the container. Now, what is going to happen? High to low. So remember, when there's low pressure inside there, the high pressure is going to be forced into the low pressure system. And that's thermodynamics, the second law of thermodynamics, guys, entropy. Simple as that.
Let's light our paper. Drop it in, balloon on top.
That's practically what will happen to spacesuits in space, guys. If space had to be a vacuum and they had a spacesuit on, it would just be going the opposite, it would be expanding outwards.
And it worked! But I have a problem. How do I get this balloon out? Well, sometimes, if I'm lucky, I can just pull the balloon out. But what happens if I use a bigger balloon and I know it's not going to pull out? Well, let's take a look at that one right now.
Yeah. So remember, guys, again, he made a low pressure environment in what? In a container. It's in the surrounding system where he's in. Once it has the low pressure system, he put the balloon on. What happened? Literally everything forced itself into the low pressure system. High pressure to low pressure, guys. Exactly, pressure requires a container, TB. It's as simple as that. You cannot have pressure without a container.
All right, we're ready to light and watch our demonstration work.
Yep. Okay, it's going to put the next one in. Okay, the balloon's in. Now I want to see how
worked.
Now I want to see how he gets it out.
So how do we get this bigger balloon out? We can't pull this bigger one out. It's on there. So we're going to use science to get it out. Think about this. We have to now increase the pressure inside the bottle to let the air pressure help us pull it out. If we
heard that? Increase the pressure inside the what? Container.
can make the pressure greater inside the bottle, that balloon's coming.
Moving right on. I think they should make vacuum chambers out of spacesuit material. Yeah, and they should put zips on the end of them because zips hold gas. Definitely. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
out. How do we add air pressure inside the bottle? That's where my straw comes in. I'm going to stick the straw down alongside the bottle and the balloon.
You know, this is when the globe would say, no, you just wait for gravity to pull the gas inside.
Oh, I know that.
Zero respect. ABT, the spacesuit space does suck. It's just void of material. Huh? Space doesn't suck. Vacuums don't suck. High pressure forces itself into the low pressure. Why? Entropy.
Well, if space sucks and a suit is pressurized, then it'd blow up like a balloon.
Yep. But the thing is, that's the thing. That's the whole argument we got with the whole spacesuit. If it's pressurized, that gas is going to try force itself into the low pressure system. That's why it's going to, because I mean, it's going to try and force it. And show me a material that can hold gas inside it indefinitely. I mean, you get gas that literally can escape solid objects. I mean, we've got bumpers and stuff that we do at work, and a lot of the times it comes from what we call pirate. It's fake, and now it's the cheaper versions of something, and it's got like oil and gas substances in those bumpers. So we heat it up to release those gases out of the plastic. It's a solid object, and the gases get released out of the plastic. So what do you think happens with material when it gets stuck into a vacuum? Just like stick a balloon in a vacuum chamber, it expands. That's why you get high altitude balloons. The higher it goes up, the wider it expands until it can't take it anymore. It explodes. That's what would happen with a spacesuit. It doesn't matter if they put such a low amount of pressure in. That pressure is still going to try find its way out. It will find a way out. Even if it was a metal structure, it will find a way out. If it's got that little tiniest of hole of imperfection somewhere, it will go out. And they have bloody zips on them. Just because they have 2 zips doesn't make it mean it's going to keep it there. That rubber seal cannot take over 3 tons of pressure. Because they forget the surface area gives the ton pressure, and that's what the problem is with the spacesuits. So yeah, our office still up.
Can I just address Eduardo?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Ignorine so free. Spacesuits only have to contain 5 psi. They're expected to leak, but very slowly.
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
5 psi to a negative 17 torr.
Yep.
It's not going to leak. It's going to explode.
But that's what I'm trying to. But what do you think happens in a chamber? What happens when something finds a leak? That leak hole gets bigger, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It gets bigger and bigger, and then eventually it ruptures to the extent that it explodes outwards. That's how it works, because the gas will find its equilibrium. It will seek equilibrium. It will go to the surrounding system. So if one gas molecule goes out, next one is going to go to follow him, and it's going to open that hole and make it bigger and bigger. That ruptures, and the spacesuit explodes open. Just because you think, oh, 5 psi, oh, it's nothing. It's a lot when it's in contact with a 17 to the minus 1017 torr vacuum, space vacuum. So when are we going to find...
These people...
Yeah?
Sorry. These people are getting stupider, man. Dust and bones. How long does it take for gas to leave a scuba tank? Depends how many breaths you take. It's like, come on, are we arguing with retards and what?
But
seriously.
But does a scuba tank work?
I'm done with arguing with these.
Does an oxygen scuba tank work the same underwater than it does on top of a mountain in a lower pressure system? No, it works differently actually. Because when you're going down in the ocean, the pressure's pushing on you. When you're going up, the pressure's pulling out.
And your breath will be shorter and faster way up high.
Yeah. I actually wanted to say something. I can't remember what I wanted to say. But yeah, gas pressure needs a container. It's as simple as that, guys. Yeah, what's the poll actually saying? We've got 68 votes. We live in a dynamic system. Yes, 81%. No, 19%. Can you believe there's people that think we do not live in a dynamic system? Those people that said no, you should go get your education funds back because obviously you don't know what dynamic means. So we don't have temperature changes. We don't have pressure changes. You're literally throwing away your pressure gradients when you say we don't live in a dynamic system. I mean, really. Yeah, so I want to say something that I can't remember. Quick question. What's more impossible, globe Earth or flat Earthers building a space rocket? Globe Earth. Maybe you've never heard of Mad Mike. Remember he built a steam-powered rocket. He actually died at the end of the day. There we go. That's as close to building a space rocket as a flat Earther probably will get. Because we don't see the need for building anything that goes to something that violates a natural law. It's as simple as that. We rather use that funds to do demonstrations like this guy's doing to show gas pressure needs container. Julio Vane, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. So the nothing vacuum is able to make things voodoo. That's about it, yeah. It makes it voodoo. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So guys, will any of you please contact your beloved heliocentric priests or anybody and get them into the Sandusky, Ohio Sandusky vacuum chamber with a spacesuit on, and then we see what happens. Oh, and make sure it's actually on, you know, not like James May acting like his pressurized container is on, because it wasn't on. We literally had the two Marines or Navy or whatever standing next to him with normal masks on the whole procedure. And they put a glove on a gas valve, as if no one would notice that. Pitox, wrench me, this is my man. Wait, who's that now? Hey, real now the science guy, good to see you, mate. Pitox, who's Pitox, dude? YouTube? No idea who he is. Sorry, he must comment again so I can try.
Can I just say thanks to Charlie Gell, but I hate my voice.
I think your voice is awesome. I would just like you to do one thing. Would you just do one thing for me? Will you just...
Can I just address somebody?
Okay.
Julio Verne got a wrench. Michael, why did you hide Eduardo? I'll tell you why, because he's a sock who were created this year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unless he's 12-year-old and he's just found YouTube, there's no way an honest person has just joined YouTube in 2023. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
PJ, would you do me a favor?
Absolutely.
Would you just go, freedom?
Freedom!
William
that
Wallace.
never happened in real life. There's no way he was hung, drawn, and quartered and shouted freedom at the same time.
No. No, William Wallace was a warrior.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he also wasn't a very nice man at the same time. Hollywood will show you different, but he wasn't a nice guy, really. He didn't actually fight for freedom. He fought for revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. But you remember they have to.
Yeah, he's definitely real. Willy Wally was definitely real, but that's why I call him Willy Wally.
Yeah, but they have to change. They have to change the story to make it look more patriotic. You know, you're fighting for your country.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Country.
Robert the Bruce, he did fight for it. He was the real Braveheart. He was called Braveheart. William Wallace's nickname was never Braveheart. That was.
But I think William Wallace also killed his cousin or something, so he could have the war.
Yeah, I think that I can't remember exactly, but that rings a bell, definitely.
I think he killed his cousin so he could have the war, something like that.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm. What's the time already? It's already 10 to 11. Can you believe it? It's so good to actually have a stream again, guys. These last 2 days sucked. These last 2 days sucked that I couldn't have a stream.
It went below flats before clocks are going changing again.
Sorry? You guys' clocks are changing
It went
again.
belong before clocks are changing again. Yeah, it went belong.
Oh man, so
March is it? End of March.
So you guys are catching a bit up. So you guys are coming back into time with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we're catching up again.
This is the thing that how can you set times out other than just something that's made up when 1 week I can be an hour behind flat side and then week after I'm 2 hours behind it. You know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it?
It don't make sense. It's crazy.
Spacesuit's failure. Oh yeah, guys, this is the NASA. I want to show this on a. Look at this joke of a suit. Remember last time we spoke about it, SpaceX suits?
Oh yeah.
It's a joke. Okay. Alright. Is your mom watching that?
I'll let you read that one out, PJ, seeing as is William is your what list.
What am I reading? Sorry, where?
That comment, ZA Rip,
oh, right.
just above Charlie Girl.
Yeah.
You read it out, seeing as you're a William Wallace guy, like.
What I'd like to see an inflated balloon. Where am I going?
Yeah, read that one out.
I can't see what you're on about. What I'd like to see an inflated balloon. What I'd like to see an inflated balloon enter a fully vacuum chamber. I've heard William Wallace consume the English fire from his fire. Oh, right. That's right. He consumed the English with fire and fire from his arse.
From his arse, yeah.
It was lightning bolts for his eyes and fire for his arse.
That was a good one.
Must have got a belly full of haggis.
No way.
So guys,
I just started reading the comment and I thought, oh yeah, I get it.
So you guys want to see some do some spacesuits?
Absolutely.
Okay, guys. So look at the difference here. This is obviously a mockery of a spacesuit. You can't tell me this does anything in a vacuumed environment. I mean, this is more or less like what the guys have when they fly 70,000 with the U-2 planes and stuff. And then you have this one in the middle is supposed to be SpaceX. That's not supposed to be used in space, but it's supposed to be just used for in case of breach when they're going into space. Like that's going to protect you in a low pressure environment. Come on, it must be some kind of joke.
That is just terrible. That's terrible, isn't it? Wow, that middle one as well. I think they're just trying to go with the fashion now, aren't they?
That's what I said. That's SpaceX.
Oh, is it? Is it?
That's why I was like, what the?
Yeah, you might as well just go to you might as well go to Mars on a trackie. You know what I mean?
They look like 1970s like Thunderbird suits, don't they?
Yeah, it looks like a fencing suit. You know that you fence with. You sword fighting them fencing things.
I love how they can drown in space. I actually did a video on the one guy that was drowning in space, and then they ended up saying, "Oh, it was his cooling system pipe or something that was leaking." Yeah, whatever. Or maybe he was in the ocean. Yeah.
Did you ever see that meme that were a SpaceX helmet that looks like a toilet seat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Max 65 is just the same as me. The middle one is for a fencer. Yeah, it does look like a fencing suit.
I have to open. Why is everything freezing up on me?
I don't
Sorry,
know.
guys.
Issues at my side.
I'm having issues now all of a sudden. Things don't want to open.
I seem to get internet trouble when you do. Are you
It's
active
really
on
odd.
computer?
Okay, there we go. It's open again. Just want to say thank you everybody that's here. Really appreciate all your support. Thank you everybody that did send super chats. I didn't miss any, right? Hope not. Okay. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Your support really does help this channel. Okay. Spacesuits. Problems with spacesuits. There must be some kind of problems with spacesuits. Come on. Disaster. Whoa. Oh, there they go, under the water again. Moon dust. I think moon dust must be a huge problem for spacesuits. How do they actually... because they moan about the spacesuits with moon dust and stuff, and seals, but they're somehow still able to go out again if they wanted to, or seal it again after all that moon dust. How NASA test spacesuits. There we go. This is very telling, guys. This is how they test their spacesuits. It's kind of an opposite environment to what they're supposed to be doing in space. If they can test it out in here, why can't they go and test them out in a vacuum chamber? You know, like the Sandusky. It's the closest thing they can get to a space vacuum. And even that is not close to an ultra vacuum. It's still far away. So I understand they're trying to say, oh look, but you're neutrally buoyant, you're floating around. No shit, Sherlock. But actually go and test it to see if they can actually be neutrally buoyant in a vacuum. I mean, they went through all that trouble with the LM for the Apollo missions, you know, trying to make it 1/6 of Earth's gravity, like putting it on a crane and stuff and letting it have like free weight or something. So why can't they do that with the astronaut inside the Sandusky vacuum chambers? They can let them train that way.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, danger-wise, isn't it hazardous no matter what you're going to do when you're testing something? So I don't know why they couldn't have.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you would think by now Brian Cox would be more than happy to climb in a vacuum chamber. I mean, he's dropped a bowling ball and a feather in that vacuum chamber. So obviously he's got contacts. He can go in and do it himself again.
Absolutely.
Could a spacesuit be made from duct tape? Scott Manley, definitely not.
Well, if you go to NASA, well, you probably could.
Yeah. Well, then again, they do have. How do spacesuits work? James May. I'm definitely not going to use James May, guys, because I usually get copyright strike if I even talk about it.
Can I just comment? Duct tape. There's more chance of that protecting you in a vacuum.
Definitely. Duct tape's good for everything. Probably bar that.
You can't beat duct tape. If you ain't got a couple of rolls of duct tape at home.
That's it.
You're lost.
That's it. But you don't want to be caught with it in your car.
I still got to work on that other video.
I used to have a broken side window. You know, like it won't fasten all the way up.
Right, guys.
Otherwise, passenger seat will wet through.
Sucked out into the vacuum.
Just ran through.
What does it cost for a spacesuit, guys?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's go and look.
Difficult. I mean, you can't just go down High Street and buy one, can you? So they must be quite expensive.
$12 million. Around $12 million for a spacesuit. What a waste of money. And how much millions did they use on cable ties again for the rovers for Mars?
Yeah. Cool. What's that one with the eyeball getting sucked out? It's probably past now.
There we
I'm
go.
looking on YouTube.
Scientists
so
reveal what happens to you in 30 seconds in space without. Oh, this should be
Wow.
interesting. You want to watch that?
Yes.
I think that would be quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely be quite funny.
Nick Niman, awesome guy to subscribe to, guys. Really has some awesome podcasts and stuff. Obviously, it's more for content creators. Nick Niman. I use his free music for my shows. I get my music from Nick Niman's free music site. Really cool guy. Very nice guy, actually. Where is Alan? I don't know where Alan is today, mate. Not flat. Thank you for coming. Good to see you.
I bet that's more than
It turns out that we've been being deceived all this time.
Yes, we have been deceived all this time.
Absolutely.
I agree.
These shots are far from reality.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't want to get any copyright strikes, so let's just see. Because this is actually a very big channel. Riddle, I think, yeah, the name of the show is. I want to go see. They should be able to tell us. Ooh. Oh, look, container, guys. Showing containment. Should be interesting.
Is also complicated. As you might know, when the volume of matter is abruptly reduced, the matter heats up, and vice versa. If the volume rapidly expands, the temperature drops.
Ooh, there we go. Volume expands, the temperature drops. So the person they were in a spacesuit in the vacuum. Obviously, their insides will boil because you've seen what happens to liquids in a vacuum. It boils at lower temperatures, so your blood will instantly boil if your spacesuit had to rupture, and you would literally just explode from the inside out. And you'll die instantly and freeze up instantly if it was said to be space. That's about it.
Check it out
That's about it, yeah. I just don't want to get copyright struck on this guy. Let's see what he says about solids and liquids.
Quite a long time, but it's not so easy to put your hand inside a pan with nearly boiling water. This is all because in a denser environment, there are much more particles that get into contact with an object. In space,
space, there's very little, 10, okay. It's explaining the vacuum. Ooh, this would be interesting. What's it saying here?
Frightening consequences.
Yeah.
I guess everyone remembers the famous
Total Recall. Who remembers Total Recall? I remember that. That was a... yeah?
I'm unmuted. Yeah, Total Recall, his eyes are popping out his head.
That's where the eyes are popping out the edge. You're right. It's from Total Recall.
Thanks.
Which is what makes me laugh, right? They want to claim Earth's not got no container, but yet they want to go to Mars and then build a container on Mars.
A habit, exactly. On the moon as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you, TB, for coming. Enjoy your evening. Charlie Gull as well. Thank you for coming. Really enjoy it. Yeah, we're going to end now soon anyway. I got work. But I mean, it is Friday. Almost Friday, Michael. It's almost your birthday.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm halfway to, I'm 44, that's halfway to time travel speed.
So you're saying so you're saying tomorrow night to celebrate your birthday, we're going to have a 4.5 hour stream?
What do you want?
Absolutely.
Are you willing to?
Yeah? Yeah?
I'll go for that.
We'll do a 4.5 hour stream for your birthday tomorrow because you're turning 44.
Sure, right. Why not? Why not?
4 more hours.
4 more hours. Hopefully.
Well, I don't know. In South Africa, you've got 55 minutes, and then it's your birthday.
I'm in the future.
Yeah,
You see, I'm special.
Happy birthday in 55 minutes.
I'm special.
Flats knows I'm 44 before I do.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. I would say, get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. That's from that film as well. Get your ass to Mars.
My mum's just stuck a pin in it. She says I wasn't born till 6 p.m. It's not my birthday, well, 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Nice one, Mrs. Khan.
So you were born late. Faciality, another $2 super chat. Thank you very, very much. $12 million spacesuits used underwater. Exactly. Spacesuits created for a vacuum environment. Why did this light go on now? Sorry, guys. It's a motion sensor's just gone on outside.
What's a baboon alert?
It's probably a hippo or a monkey or something.
Baboon alert, get sawn off that.
I don't see anything. Just can't be too careful.
Hello, Minnie.
So thanks again for the $2 super chat, Faciality. Really appreciate it. Yeah, $12 million for something that's invented, it's created specifically for a low pressure environment. They're sticking it in a high pressure environment. Does that make a lot of sense to someone?
I think I said this other day. It's like testing a submarine in air and an aeroplane underwater.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's just they don't fit. You know what I mean? You wouldn't go to space if there was such a place in a wetsuit, would you? To test it.
Oh, look what it says.
Just exhale and relax.
Once they've got you with this lie, once you believe heliocentrism, they can fill you full of any old crap.
That's it. That's the truth. That's the
Just follow
truth.
it up with that question. I swallowed it all up. I used to think that moon landing was fake, but I still believed in space. I mean, how stupid is that?
Well, same as me. Definitely. I believe in space, but the moon landing was fake as well. Yeah.
My mum watched moon landing on telly, and she says it was a lot of crap.
She said it was nothing like Coronation Street.
Emmerdale, get it right. It's Emmerdale.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah, Zede says ghosts on live stream. No, there's no ghosts. Definitely not. More likely to have a baboon or something going on here. That's for sure. Let's see what this guy says again.
Takes on a new meaning. Besides, decompression can lead to embolism, a condition when environmental pressure lowers the boiling.
There's the eye popping out, dude.
Cool.
Yeah. Decompression. And that's about it, guys. I'm just scared he's gonna give me some kind of strike, so I'm not gonna take that chance. Sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think we're probably gonna end here. Tomorrow night's gonna have a nice long stream then.
Okay, that'll be excellent. I'll make sure I'm there from the start. I won't fall asleep tomorrow.
Can we cover some more space stuff last?
Oh yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, let's do some space tomorrow. I'll get some space archive stuff and bring it out.
That stream you did the other night, it was brilliant.
With the spacesuits, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Carried on really,
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. And those guys that have those videos have tons of archives on space and stuff. So.
Do you know what would be good? The evolution on the bullshit of space. Do you know what I mean? That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's not that but it's like heliocentrism revolves around space being real. If you want to wake somebody up, you need to prove space is
That's
fake.
true.
But once you've got that in the bag.
Yep.
Well, that's it. Definitely. I mean, that's a big part of it. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of these globe trolls that they don't want to give up that dream that they might one day be space travel and men might go to Mars. You know, It's
But-
all right in a film, but it's not reality.
Exactly. I mean, you can get your ass to Mars if you want, but it's only in Total Recall.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with knowing it's not real? But I love to watch films about space.
Exactly. I love science fiction. Science fiction is brilliant.
Science fiction is still my favourite films.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I got no issues with science fiction. I just
As
watch
long
it
as we
in
know
I
it's
just
true.
watch in a different light these days. Like, I just know it's fake, but I just ignore it and enjoy the movie for what it is. That's about
Exactly. It's an adventure movie or an action movie or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's what it is, a movie, fiction.
Faciality says Star Trek, Star Wars, NDT, Star Talk, and available are all available in the library science fiction section. That's true. Yep, it's science fiction for a reason. Yeah.
Have you ever read that story? Gene Roddenberry, who invented Star Trek. Well, it was like a T-boy, a fetch me carrier guy, where a group of people were supposed to be channeling these entities. They were called Nine.
Oh.
It was about, I don't know, 16, 17-year-old, just a T-boy, like, but people speculate that a lot of information he got for his series Star Trek come from what he heard while he was a T-boy, while these people were channeling these entities.
See, that's kind of what scientism believes, isn't it? That we've got these alien demonic entities inside us. You know what I mean? That's kind of what they believe, isn't it? And they need you pay them $100,000 to get rid of them.
Yep.
Some madness out there.
What you mean?
Even if Earth was covered in a dome, can't blame NASA for trying to get out.
Yeah. Well, has anybody looked at Operation Atomic Charmer? It means Operation Fishbowl.
Yeah.
They literally tried to shoot high explosive weapons like nuclear and stuff in the upper atmosphere to quote unquote break the fishbowl.
That's what we call them. Dominic means of the Lord, doesn't it? So fishbowl of the Lord.
Yeah, well, that's a fair enough statement from ZA, but let them tell the truth about it. You know what I mean? Don't lie about it. You just tell us the truth about it.
But why does everybody want to get off here? Like, what's to go to? You want to go to Mars? It's just rubble.
Hey, Techmine, good to see you.
What do you want to leave for? Why do people want to believe in loads of different kind of crazy animals when there's huggings of crazy animals on Earth that you can discover? Do you know what I mean? What's all this gain off Earth business like?
Moxie, to be honest, I think you might find Apollo 13 somewhere in the sci-fi section.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Apollo 13, that's mine.
Hey Techmine, good to see you. Yep, you definitely require a container. I love how the pressure gradients are based on Boyle's law, and then they go and throw away Boyle's law is based on containment. They say, because they say atmospheric pressure is not gas pressure, but Boyle's law is gas pressure in containment. That's what barometric pressure is. It's gas law. It's literal.
All I've got to say to that is Google is air gas.
Exactly. What is the atmosphere comprised of? Oxygen, nitrogen, other gases. You're like,
A mixture of gases.
Yeah.
That's crazy stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we all believed that stuff, didn't we, at one time?
We did, yeah.
ZA says whether they lied or not is a whole different discussion. I haven't found a smoking gun yet. Oh, come on.
There's a lot of evidence that they lied, dude. Come on, man.
Exactly. Come on, you can't make that statement and think that's true.
Yep, exactly. The definition of atmosphere says air pressure. Exactly, Techmine. It's only the anti-flat earthers that So should I create that shirt, guys? CIA.
Can I just address NASA, like, because
Yeah.
I actually know, and you do as well now, right?
Mhm.
And I know
David.
somebody who worked for NASA. He believed in globe when he worked for NASA, but now he's come to realise Earth's flat. And when he looks back on things that he did in NASA, he can see where things weren't as they are. But everybody's deceived into believing this lie.
Him
no
and
matter
his
whether
wife.
you work for NASA or whether you work for Royal Mail.
Yeah, him and his wife both worked for NASA, and they both know it's not a globe. So that tells you something.
See, once lie's established, you don't really need many people to be in on the lie, because everybody just backs it up because they're deceived.
Yeah, Joe. No, we're not going to give Satan any credit, even though the fallen world is his.
Absolutely.
That's
Can't
why.
speak any credit on his behalf. No.
Why do you think that?
Sadly, as sad as it is, he gets way too much credit as it is.
Yeah.
He does.
Why do you think the Babylonian time? It's back to the Babylonian times because they're trying to get to heaven. Remember, the wicked are never going to see heaven in their lifetime ever. So they're trying very hard to get to the heavens, to get off of Earth.
I'll tell you something now, right? You get flat earthers who'll say, "Oh, you can't get past firmament." Who says?
But
because in Tower of Babel, God said that whatever them people think to do, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Who says you can't get past firmament?
But
and
yeah,
look what he did. Look what he did. He smashed them towers everywhere and spread everybody over the world and made them talk different languages so they wouldn't understand each other.
Yep.
That's the consequences of what we try to do.
But I mean, God's throne sits above the firmament, so obviously you can get above it to get to heaven because you're going to be by God one day. So it's kind of defeating the obvious here. I've seen what you guys deem as evidence of lies. A lot of it I disagree with, hence the chat on compression artifacts. We've gone through that already, ZA.
What you see, the problem, I think what ZA is missing there is, like, if you're going to argue that these pictures have compression artifacts that are from space, then you have to figure out whether space is real first in order to argue for said photos and said compression artifacts.
That's right.
That's true. Yep. Exactly.
I don't know if I said that clearly, but
that was clear. Clear as crystal.
But you see, the problem he also doesn't understand is a lot of the those photos are real, but done in studios, and then some of them are just added, like the Earth added in the background. You understand? That comes in afterwards, after they've taken the real photos. That's why you get those with the blocks on and everything. That's not because of compression artifacts. It's simply because they edited it. It's as simple as that.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna say goodnight.
Great stream, for what I've seen of it, but great stream.
It was a good stream. I enjoyed the stream. It definitely well worth it. I enjoyed it because the last 2 nights didn't stream at all, so I think it was great to have you guys on.
You feel like you've not lived your life to the full if you don't stream.
It does feel that way. It feels like I'm letting everybody down when I'm not streaming, and it feels like I'm missing something.
I know that feeling. If I miss a show, I think, oh no, what are they going to do without me? No, I don't. I just think I'm missing something. You know what I mean?
It does feel like if Flatzoi don't stream on the night, I mean, all through December were horrible. It's
it was a bit mad.
I've got used to something to do at that time of day, do you know what I mean? And then it's not there, it's like, what should I do?
Exactly.
Well, hopefully one day I'll be able to do this full time and I can stream more. That'll be much better.
Well, it's certainly building. You're definitely getting more members, getting more people in chat.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff
growing.
like that. So, yeah,
It's growing for sure. And I can't do it without all you guys. You guys are really awesome, man. I really appreciate all the support from everybody.
Imagine if you get to the point where you can quit work flat side and you just bought a stream 24/7.
I don't think I'll be able to do that though. But then I can maybe do 2 streams a day, like the morning edition and an evening edition kind of thing. But I also want to concentrate more on.
There's a lot of people who like this time's too early for them.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why you saw in the beginning where I was doing Sunday mornings, I was doing like 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning by me. So the people in Australia, some of them could catch me. And then I did on Saturday evenings, I did, yeah. So I was trying to get it more or less to get everybody in. But yeah, if I do go full time, I'll probably do stuff like that. You know, where it's like this day and this day will kind of be for these people on that side of the plane when people are sleeping. To other people. So.
Yeah.
And it'll give me more time to actually edit videos.
Wait till the flat. You have to wait till the flat Earth flips over so the other side gets the light. You know.
Okay. So yeah, I think tomorrow night we'll do a Michael Kahn birthday special, all on space, for 4.5 hours stream, guys. 4 hours and 40 minute stream. So I hope you guys are going to get your popcorn ready and your drinks ready. Stay hydrated. It's going to be a long stream.
No books, please.
Hey, Michael, I think there's a comment there for you at the end. Eduardo Ignacio 4 at Michael Kahn. I think that's especially for you.
A birthday cake. Yeah, it's a birthday cake.
It's a birthday thing from Eduardo Idrisso 4. Idrisso 4.
Thank you, Eduardo. Even though you are a soccer count.
Thank you, Mr. Sock.
Okay.
Very often you get a birthday cake of a sock, is it?
Yeah, I know, yeah, you're special.
Okay. So cheers, guys. Really appreciate you all being here. Appreciate all the support, everybody that did send super chats and everything. Thank you all the Patreon members. You guys really are a stable for this channel. I really appreciate all the channel members as well. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that just tips in the tip jar as well. That's also great. Thank you very much. You guys rock. Thank you to Michael and PJ. You guys are really awesome panels. And well, yeah, I really did enjoy the show, and hopefully tomorrow it's going to be better than today, because I just want to go better and better. So yeah. So yeah, guys, tomorrow is going to be a long one. Get your camping chairs out, get your popcorn ready, your drinks or whatever, and get the family around the fire. Let's sit together and enjoy.
Are you gonna do StreamYard tomorrow? So
we can do StreamYard tomorrow, then you guys can present and everything. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, we'll do StreamYard tomorrow night. Then maybe we can get people to come in and chat with us as well.
Cool.
That'll be awesome. Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'll have to do my hair.
Okay. Cheers again, guys. Many blessings. Remember, may the pressure be with you.